Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. City Lips Plumping Lip Oil. I need to take the stopper out because we're near the bottom and it's hard to get around the edges. We're going to pair palettes today, so thank you for being here with me for that. We're going to use Spellcast Beauty, the sister side of Notoriously Morbid. This is Dark Side of the Rainbow. We're going to use this, and we're also going to use the MAC Connecting Color Unfiltered Nudes palette. I highly recommend these palettes. There's 3 of them. Unfiltered Nudes, there's Future Flames, and Hi-Fi Color palette. And so we're going to pair these today. We're probably going to just use these metallics from in here just to have some color to the look, even though I do like the looks I do with this on its own, and I do like the looks that I do with this on its own. But these are what they look like together. And I'm going to hold them up as we use the shadows. I will do the intro excuse me, as I am priming my eyelid. Where's my other product? Okay. So, hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Crazy concept. Be your authentic self. Yes, be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. I just realized I didn't do my brows. I just realized I didn't do my brows. Be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in the video you're watching. I'm here to tell you, just wear whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, never feeling like we have to. Max paint, potting, groundwork. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's our motto. That's what we live by. That's what we stand by. If this is your first time hearing it, I hope it resonates with you. If you've been here and you've been hearing it, I do hope it is one of your daily affirmations. Just love yourself for who you are and rock whatever you want to wear. Yeah. 2 things about me. I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. And the other thing is there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat that likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch in videos. He is so rude. I try to be aware of him to say excuse me, but if you hear him make an announcement and I don't say excuse me, just know that for whatever reason I was not aware at that time. So I'm looking in these palettes. And yeah, we're just going to use the metallics from this one. And that's just the easy thing to do, right? Okay. Do I want it to? Ooh, this is a shift shade. So it's this color and then it's that color. Do we want to put that on most of the lid? We are actually, we're going to take Internet Star. Hi, my name is Dion. I'm a label whore. And my other palette, yeah, I'm really a label whore. I am, and I own it. We're going to take Internet Star, this shade right here, and we're going to put this on our inner corner. Do we want to do, yeah, let's do we want to do that one? Now I'm thinking less artiste. I'm going to take this one, Internet Star. And this is a Esom V27. I'm going for a grunge type look here with these palettes, which is easy to do, especially with Dark Side of the Rainbow. But I have those shades. I'm thinking of decluttering that palette. I'm not sure. Yeah, eventually it will end up decluttered because I keep thinking to do so, which tells me it should be done eventually. So that is okay. That did what I wanted to do actually, because we're going to take an Hourglass number 3 brush and we're going to, oh, both of these, I forgot both of these are dual chrome. So this is purple and then it's more of like a berry color, where this is green and then it's burgundy. Which one of these do I want to put? We're going to do both. So we're going to take 2 Hourglass number 3 brushes. Yeah, we're going to, I think we're going to take this one first and then this one second. So this one is, where are you? This shade, I do have a link for Notoriously Morbid below. I have a lot of links down below and codes and everything, so thank you in advance for using them. We're going to take North Star. We're going to take this one first, and Hourglass number 3 brush, which is my go-to when I want to do a wide area, whereas that first brush, it does a small area, and then I just have to pull it out, whereas this brush, yeah, it goes where I want it to go. Why am I thinking this was darker? That is pretty though. I can see the shift down here in the mirror. I don't know if you're seeing the shift. So it's like a green and a burgundy. This is pretty. And I'm sure, well, I do know I have the same shade, not the same name, but that same shift. Probably in like at least 3 other palettes. It is a popular shift. It really is. Oh, I just felt some of this fall out on my face. Like chunks. I didn't tap off. And I don't see it on my face, which means it hit my face and then just it kept going. Hit my face and bounced off, which is all right with me. So we're going to leave this here. That is pretty. I don't know if you're seeing the shift or not, but that's why I was turning my head that way. And now we're going to take the one next to it, which is Borealis, this shade, and we're going to put that out here. This is pretty. They say put 1, 2 at the most dual chromes or multi-chromes on your lid because you need a large enough swatch for the shift to show up, for the light to bounce off of it. I find for me that when I put more, because I have been known to put like 4 multi-chromes on my lid, it ends up just looking like one multi-chrome shadow, because as you turn you might just see the base shade, but then you're also seeing all the other shades. And so I don't mind doing that. And sometimes just with shades that are not dual chrome or multi-chrome, the way I do the placement, sometimes when I turn, it does still look like it's a dual chrome or multi-chrome. And so even though they say don't do that, 2 at the most, do what you want to do. Think back to the motto. And so this way it does look like it's just that purplish shade where you are. Down here I do see like a turquoise here, and I see the burgundy purple there, and it does seem to follow. So I do like these two together. I'm trying to think if I did those before. I probably did. Usually when I have 8-pan palettes, the first look I'll do, even though I don't intend to, I end up using all 8 shades. Yeah, I do. Okay, so we're gonna put that brush down. We're not going to use this one. We're going to go back into the MAC palette, and we're going to take Give Me Cyberspace, this dark brown right here. And there is a brown in here. This looks to be a little more cool toned. I am awkward. Yeah. So we're going to take the one in here because it's darker. And when I pair palettes, I try to make it a point to use equal numbers of shadows from each palette. And not like 5 from one and then just 1 from another one. I have dry patches on my skin. I'm trying to figure out why. We are going to take an Hourglass number 6 brush. And, ooh, that might be too dark though. We're going to go for it. So Give Me Cyberspace. I highly recommend these 12-pan palettes from MAC. I have heard the Morphe ones are really good. And you cannot tell me that they did not take inspiration from the MAC packaging. Doesn't matter though. There is not much original in the makeup world because there's only so many colors that you have to work with and so many different ways to package stuff. So we're going to tap straight in to start with and just lightly feather. Ooh, that's pretty. Because this is a dark shade and it is dark on me. So I don't want it to overpower that second shade we put on the lid. Well, actually it was the 3rd shade. And then we're just going to sweep it up here. I still didn't do my brows. Usually I do my brows after my base face. We did just do a video, very short, it was less than 12 minutes, of using the Lotus palette. So that's what's on my cheeks today. Oh, I like this. There seems to be a patch right here where it's just not an even blend. That is weird. Because when I tapped into the shadow and put there, it did fill it in, but then once I start blending it, the patch comes back. Maybe I have a dry patch of skin over there too, and it just doesn't want to go in there. That is very likely. Every now and then that does happen. There was a time when over here there was a patch. Shadow just would not go in it, and it was one on this side, and it was just ironic to me that it was in the same place on opposite sides of my face where shadow just would not go in it. I don't know if it was an indentation in my skin or what, but it just would not. And then one day it did. So I think, well, it was something with my skin for sure. But I was just like, shadow would, and even when I would tap it in like I was doing here, it still would not show up in that little pocket. It was just like a little, like, pock mark. And I'm like, why? Why does this not want to go in here? And it did that for a while. And then it stopped. And it was so gradual. Like, I don't even think I noticed it, like, when shadow started going in there. I want to say it sounds like it's raining outside, but I kind of don't think so. It might be, though. It might just be the sound of my fan over there. I don't know. This is pretty. This is pretty. It's pretty. Ooh, I like how this is tapering inward. I'm surprised that this brush is tapering it because usually I'll use the Sigma E45. I think it is raining. I'm just looking at the shapes of the shadow. This is a really nice look. I'm gonna do my brows and then we're going to do my inner rims. After base face, I do my inner rims and then I do my brows. That's usually the order of things. This is pretty. Oh, that's nice. I'm looking at the shapes. Alright, so let's do the brows. Do y'all hear that sound? My toilet tank just runs like however many seconds that was and then it'll stop. I need to call maintenance. The stopper thing that's in there is frayed all around because it's the circle piece of plastic. That entire thing is frayed. And so I know that that's why it does that. And I keep forgetting to call maintenance about it because it's not an emergency. I'm still waiting for them to bring my new heating and AC unit. I was told it would take about a week for it to come in, but from the maintenance guy when he said that, because they ordered from an outside contractor. Thankfully, our heat broke, and so I haven't even used the portable air conditioner that they brought me, because at that time it was like 94 degrees in here, but then the weather broke, and so I haven't even I used the portable once for I think maybe like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, wait a minute, just turn on more fans. And turning on more fans, you know, cooled off really nicely in here, so I turned off the portable. And so thankfully though, it should be here before the weather gets hot again. But it's been like in the 70s. And I will say not quite spring. It has still been more like summer. Because a couple hours of the day it'll be warm. It might go up to like 84 or something, but then it drops right back down to the 70s. I think last night it was like 60 degrees. And I'm just like, what is happening with this weather? I used to not think much of global warming, but the last few years I've been saying winter gets longer and spring gets shorter. It's like we're losing the season. Go straight from winter to summer. And we did have a week of like 90 something degree heat, and then the next week it was back down to the 50s. And I'm like, see, this is what I'm talking about. It ain't no spring, it's either winter or summer. I'm looking at the shapes of the brows. I'm going to turn this down, close that up, and then brush it back, because this will really show me what the shape is and where I need to fill in when I need to, because I don't believe makeup is a need, but it'll show me where I want to, excuse me, fill in. And we're just going to brush them up. and see what else we're going to do. This is how I usually do brows off screen because it can take 3 to 5 minutes. Like, who want to watch 3 to 5 minutes of somebody doing their brows? But somebody might if they're wanting to do theirs and they're not quite sure what to do. And I know quite a few people who don't do anything to their brows. Whew, them days have been long gone for me. Because once I started over tweezing, it was a wrap. But I do think they're looking decent today. I'll brush these up and we'll be done. So this is what they want to be. They're not identical. They say they say your eyelashes. Oh my gosh, can I say what they say? They say your brows are twins. Girl, they say your brows are sisters, not twins, and they are definitely. They look like cousins, actually. Inner rims. What do we want to use? Because I want to, you know what? These are the first two I pulled out, so we're just going to use these two. And these are matte color excess gel pencil eyeliners. We're going to put these on now because, again, usually I do my base face, then I put these on, then I do my brows. We're going to take the blue, which is Hellbent. No, it's not. This is State of Night. And we're going to put this on our inner rims, which is your waterline. Some people call it tight lining. Some people say waterline. I say inner rims because usually people know what that is. When I say, oh, I'm going to put it on a tight line, I'll be like, what's tight line? The tight lining is putting color on your inner rims, which is your waterline. So we're going to put this down here. It's subtle, but it makes such a difference. And then we're going to tilt my head back, look down, and do our upper waterline. Come over on this side and do that. And that'll be it for that one. This one is Pull Sharp. We want to put this on our lower lash line. I enjoy having color under my lower lash line. I more so use pencil liners as a base because I usually put shadow on top of it. Once in a blue moon, I will just, blend out the pencil liner, but not too often. More often than not, I will put shadow on top of it. And the shadow I put on top of it does not necessarily correspond to the shadow. Like, I'm not going to put a green shadow under here. And I like seeing what will happen. Like, will the green still show through whatever color I put down here? Or, is it going to turn a different color? Or if I put a dual chrome or multi-chrome under here, it's like, oh, what is that going to look like? You know what I mean? And so it's exciting to me just to see what happens. And I always like it. And so I think we're going to put 2 colors under here. We're going to take 2 of our Fenty 220 brushes. And these are my go-tos for my lower lash line. I like them because they're pointed. And I can get right under my lash line. And if I want to bring down the color further, I'll turn it sideways and do this way. This is also nice for me for outer V because it is pointed. You can actually do the V. And I also like it for under my brows. But it is my go-to for my lower lash line. So what are we going to put down there? We are going to We're going to take Dial Up the Gold, this shade, and I'm not sure what it's going to look like. Story of my life with makeup. And so I just put stuff places. Let's just see. Try not to be apprehensive. I mean, if you're going to work or, out with friends and it's not to the club, then I wouldn't say, experiment with your makeup. But I am an advocate for experimenting with your makeup and let's just do it and see what happens. You know what I mean? And I do that quite a bit, and I do always end up liking it. And so I can see some of the green through there, but then some not. In person, I can see more of the green through here in the mirror I'm looking at right now versus when I look up here. And I really like this effect. It's pretty. I like it. So we're going to put that brush down, and we're going to go back to Path of the Dark Side? No, Dark Side of the Rainbow. They do have a palette, Path of the Dark Side, and I usually do get them mixed up. Dark Side of the Rainbow. We're going to... I'm thinking this shade here, but then this one just caught my eye. We're going to do this one. And this shade is Fireside, and it is a metallic, since we have a metallic on the other side. Maybe we'll buff out with that matte orange shade. Maybe we'll do that. That's the shade above it is called Red Moon. So maybe, you know what, we will buff my lower lash line out with Red Moon. So again, this is this shade right here that we're using. I was going to say what it looks like. It looks like it's covering some of the green, but then it's not. The green is showing through. And so to me, this just adds dimension to the look when you see more than one color. This side feels like it's tearing upward or starting to. So we're going to put this brush down, and we're going to take this flimsy brush, because I like it for putting matte shadow on my lower lash line. So we're all going to take Red Moon, this shade here, and we're going to tap it off, and we're going to just put this just below. This is tearing downward because right here is wet. This brush is wet now. Oh, that's nice. Oh man, I like this. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. What color do I want to put on upper lash line? I'm thinking a green, since we put the green underneath. When I do my lower lash line, that's when I think about what color I'm going to put on my upper lash line. And then when I'm doing my upper lash line, that's when I'm thinking about what lip color I'm going to use. I like that. That's nice. So that is it for these palettes. And so we use 4 out of here. We use 1, 2, 3, 4. And out of the MAC palette, we used 1, 2, 3 shades. 1, 2, 3 shades. Yeah. So what color are we going to put for upper lash line? This ear just started ringing. Green. We're going to take green. Just from Inglot, they have numbers, not names. And this is number 86. That's number 86. We're going to take our MAC 210, which is my go-to brush for my upper lash line. And I'm thinking we're going to need to put some door line in here. I'm thinking. Let's see how easily it spreads. Spreading. It would be easier with door line though. And I do have door line right here at my station. My concern is sometimes I put too much door line in it, and then the line is thicker than I want it to be. Yesterday's look, was it yesterday or the day before? I don't remember. It was like the perfect line, because I always strive. I see it here. I don't really see it much where you are. And it could be the dual aspect of the shades. The dual chrome aspect of the shadows. But I did the line perfect, and I was saying this is what I go for all the time. It's like this thin, crisp line, and it seldom happens. And I did use door line in the Inglot that day too, and so I had surprised myself. If I do a line that's too thick, it'll transfer up here, because you see this is my mobile lid from here to here. And so because this is my lash line, when I look up, my lash line sometimes touches the puff, especially if I have a thick line of eyeliner, it'll just transfer. And so that's why I always try to do a thin line. Is this going to work for me too? I'm gonna just do a small wing. If I wanted to do a longer wing, I would need to definitely put door line in here because it is dry, but very much usable even though it has cracks in it. It is past the PAO, which is only 9 months, but I do tend to use their liners indefinitely or until they turn, but they don't seem to really turn for me, so I keep using them. We are just putting a little here just to connect it. I don't connect my inside liner because my eyes tear, and it'll just tear away eventually. And to prevent it from looking messy, I just don't do it, because when it starts to tear, it does look very messy. So that's the eyeliner. So now I am really digging this look. I'm thinking to put something in my brows, but we're not. I'm thinking to put this in my brows. This looks really amazing in my brows. And this is a dual chrome as well. So it's that green burgundy shift, which is actually one of the tones in one of these eyeshadows. So we are going to do Lancome Sills Booster XL mascara base on lower and upper lashes. And then we're going to put on mascara and do a lip, and then we'll be done. What was I going to say? I do think it is raining outside. It's a soft rain. And that's why it almost sounds like my fan that's over there. I have the balcony door open. And the fan is in front of the balcony door to blow air in, and it oscillates. And so it keeps stuff really cool in here. If you use fans in your house or your apartment, place them strategically where it'll push the cold air out from behind it. And also above the fan, there's a vent there. So if I had the balcony door closed and the AC on, it would just, you know, the cold air would come down and then just disperse. And so, you know, I was telling, somebody was asking me, does it work the way I have my fans placed? Because I was saying, you know, place them strategically under vents if possible, because then it'll just suck it in and blow it out. And so the person said, does that really work? I said, how's the temperature in here? He said, it feels good. I said, then yeah, it's working. I did touch here by mistake and got some mascara there. If you touch mascara to your face or somewhere you don't want it to be, do not panic. Let it dry, because then it will just flake off. And I usually use, because I keep my nails nubby, I usually use a lipstick applicator, and it'll just pick it right off. And they're like, does that really work? So how's the temperature in here? Oh, it feels really good. Then yeah, it's working. Duh. I do that sometimes where I ask a question and the answer is in the answer. I just hit the wand up here just like across my lid. Oh my gosh. That's an easy cleanup. I'll show you how to clean that up too. If you touch mascara up here somewhere, and you can see where it's like a little shadow right here, that's mascara. Don't panic. Don't panic. Cleaning up mascara is very easy. Very easy. I don't use waterproof mascaras. I don't have an issue with my mascara running. And I don't have oily lids. I just use regular mascara. So this is nice, hella thick. So we're going to take a lipstick applicator, and we're going to pick that off right there. And also, because I still see a little bit of it, that second shade, no, the first shade on lower lash line was this one. So we're just going to, that same brush, we're just going to put a little bit more right there on top of it. And we're only doing this side because we did the other side. So that cleaned that up. And to clean up here, what we're going to do is we're going to take, that's that second shadow. So we're going to take the brush that had the second shadow on it, which is this shade. And we're just going to put that over top of where the mascara touched down. And that's it. And because we did that side, yeah, so you see how I just cleaned it up. And so because we did that side, we're going to put some more on this side. That's it. So that's how easy it is to clean up mascara. Either take something and flake it off, or just take the brush that had that color on it and just put a tad more bit of that color. So this is our look, y'all. No, it's not. We didn't do our lip. What? All right, lipstick applicator to take off some of the lip oil. I'm thinking a black lip with green sparkle. And I know I'm saying it different than how it's worded on the packaging. Which one is it? Oh, is that it? That's a black and blue. Also, no. My favorite lip color is black. That's the black. No, that's not the one I'm thinking about. That's not the one I'm thinking about. Where's the one I'm thinking about? What? Oh, come on now. Is this it? Yeah, Loving the Dead from Notoriously Morbid. It is described as a matte black with emerald green sparkles. And you see how, well, I already shook it. You can see some space in here. Because somebody asked me, like with mascaras and with liquid lipsticks, why do I do this? Is because, perfect example, it will separate. And so I tap it upside down just to make sure that it's mixed. So now you don't see that space, that blank space. And so that's why I do that, just to make sure it's mixed. And even, here's another great example. So you see, hi, my name is Dion, I'm a label whore. So you see how it's separated. I turn it upside down and I just beat it in my hand. I don't pump it back and forth. Don't do that. Well, you can do what you want to, but doing that, what you're doing is you're pumping air into the tube, and eventually air gets in there anyway, the same as with mascara, which is why sometimes as time goes on, mascara gets dry. And so, yeah, but pumping it is just pumping air into the product, and we don't want to do that because it'll dry it out quicker. And so now you see it's all one color. So let's go ahead and put this on. Do I want to line my lips first? No. So again, Loving the Dead from Notoriously Morbid. Link and code down below. Lots of information down below. Matte black with emerald green sparkles. And I do think this is going to play off that second shade that we put on. I usually don't line my lips when I do a liquid lipstick because the lipstick doesn't move. For me, liquid lipsticks don't move. Once they dry, like that is it. I do tend to do along my lip line first. And I go on my lip line. My lips are not symmetrical. So when I do a dark lip or a colorful lip, it usually accentuates that my lip is not symmetrical. And then I'll go back and fill it in. This is pretty. This smells really good. This is our look. I am digging it. Yeah, my lip line is all the way janky. Girl, you gorgeous. Stop. I know, right? And even without makeup on, I'm gorgeous. So this is what we have. This is our finished look. I'll hold up the palettes again for you to see what we worked with. And yeah, and then we're going to go. So this is Unfiltered Nudes by MAC. And this is Dark Side of the Rainbow, the sister brand, Spellcast Beauty side of Notoriously Morbid. Wow, I am so awkward, girl. Just show the people. So these are what we worked with. And I'm really digging it. So thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe, especially if you keep coming back. Consider joining the membership. If you click join, it'll show you the perks. It will not automatically join you. Click join, it'll show you the perks. And if they really appeal to you, click join again. Quick, short process. I'm going to sign up $2.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. And so I would love to have you, and the other official Trollkin would love to have you on board. And you will see me soon. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon.